Good morning, Slotheads. How's everybody doing?
What's
Good morning,
up?
everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome to another episode of Saturday Morning Cartoons.
That sounds very robotic, sir.
Sorry.
That was
That's
terrible.
the
was
two
terrible.
Pete's sitting there in Toronto, evidently. I don't know.
Pete
Yeah.
and Pete.
I think I gotta put my
Joe's
hat backwards.
impression is a little bit better. You got to do some work there, Joe. Just
I'll work
saying.
on it.
Yeah.
But, pretty exciting. We got two guests. As usual, Joe is in Toronto like every 2 or 3 weeks these days. So he's there in Raul's basement. And then we also have Pete from Track Fans TV, the Pete from the other side.
Come
of
on
the
in.
pond. Yeah.
Yes.
Super excited to have you guys. It's going to be a rowdy group, as usual.
Let's try to be rowdy.
Hey, we didn't bring the shenanigans here, okay? Okay.
You didn't bring the shenanigans?
No.
Really?
Oh,
Because
why would
then
you?
there's
So
then
then
there's profanity
going then.
involved. You don't want that.
it's okay. It's
Oh,
morning.
he's coming.
It's morning.
He's gone. He's gone
Yeah.
already.
He's like, no, I know. Oh my god! I get to maybe use these white gloves today versus yesterday.
Are you gonna have your coffee now?
You want me to have my coffee?
Like, Josh,
Yeah, have
jazz
your
hands.
coffee because
So Raul has to baby proof everything for me because he's like, you cannot bring coffee downstairs. You're gonna spill everything
you're
on my
still
coffee.
not wearing gloves, but you know. you
Yeah,
should
okay. I
wear
took one
gloves.
off because I'm itchy.
Just
These
put
gloves
on
are
your-
these
put on
are
your gloves.
asbestos gloves.
Can you please put on your gloves?
This is a great time out. Pete, since you haven't been on the show before, I want to let you know that when things get a little too rowdy, we just do the boxing bell and send those
Oh, yeah.
two to their corner.
Yeah, read a coffee.
And we'll send those two because they,
What the hell is that?
party at each other.
It's a beautiful pineapple.
Don't spill it.
It's cute.
Is that
I'm
because
sure-
it's got a lid on
You
it?
know,
It's got a lid on it. He poured this thing in super
Can
hot.
see right
I'm sure
through
the
you, Rahul.
plastic is melting in here. I'm tasting little bits of
yeah, you know what?
fragment.
Just keep.
Yeah,
on
you're getting that BPA all up in your system.
Yeah, yeah. Death will come to you quickly. I know.
Mm. Pete, so what have you been up to, Pete? What's going on?
UK Pete, I think.
UK
Oh
Pete.
my
UK
God.
Pete. Here we go.
Like,
It's gonna-
which Pete is- like, which
Not much.
Pete?
Been painting. I've been painting. We went out for a dog walk and then decided we'd go for some brunch. So we went over to the other park and had a walk in there and had some food and then come back, bit of painting and here. This is good. So it's like it's the afternoon. This is unusual to stream in the afternoon.
It's awesome. Painting like slot cars or painting like
Radiators.
actual
Nah,
radiators?
domestic stuff, radiators, boring
Oh.
Oh.
stuff. That's what we've been doing. But no, so we've got to get them painted and then onto doors.
Oh, okay. You're doing house rentals.
Oh.
So
Okay,
smash
yeah.
that out. I'm going to get the airbrush out and do them radiators in double quick time. Thing, just put some newspaper around the outside.
Okay.
I'll be done in no time.
There you go.
Like all this, like I feel like Miyagi with the paintbrush.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So not too much trouble with
So
the
smash
missus.
that out. That shouldn't take long. But no other things. Got to do a show. Got to prepare my show for later for tomorrow.
Right on.
And
Oh,
then
you're-
Otter. Yeah. So what about you guys? What are you up to?
We're recovering.
That's you too in
Yeah,
Toronto.
that's true. What about you? You're the guest, so you talk. You're the guest and
I'm
you're at home.
busy. I'm running tech,
This
man.
is terrible. Today is
Today's a special day.
today's a special day.
Why you get engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, please, Pete. No, not you.
Today's Raul's birthday. Well, actually,
No.
Raul's birthday is
Hey.
the 21st, but we're here to celebrate his birthday. That's why I came this weekend. That's why I'm here every other 2 weeks. You can call it coming to see your buddy. You can call it marriage management. Helping.
Okay,
relief
you
tensions?
keep quiet now. It's all my good friends are coming over today, so it should be a wild day today.
All two of them.
Oh,
not
yeah.
Massimo. It's just me and Massimo.
you're-
That's all his friends. Just letting you
I was
know.
going to
Mass
say, so
coming
you're
as well.
sending
So
Joe away if all
involved.
your friends are coming, huh?
Oh, Joey's gonna be put in a box. I got a special box for Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 in
Oh, is that-
24 scale box.
Is that? Yeah, exactly. Now you understand why I have that big box.
Cram 'em in.
I'm like,
That's it.
is that a new safe? I'm like, Raul, why did you buy a new safe? Now I get it.
I got that. You remember that big safe door in LA, Pete?
Oh,
You remember
man.
that one?
Yeah, in the museum.
I got one of those. It's for one person.
Specially installed.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a very late night. I'll probably be on for your live stream by the time I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be coherent enough, but you know,
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'll have been to bed and woken up, and you'll still be in the same day.
I
yes.
still have to nap.
Yes.
It's 2 days I'm here and we haven't napped yet.
There's no naps.
I need a nap.
Who comes to Toronto to have naps? Pete.
Yeah, you can nap when you're dead.
I don't know. Both.
Yeah.
Listen, like, have you ever heard of this nonsense, Pete?
I want to be able to party. I know how
Someone
to
get him a
manage my
flag to
energy.
hold.
I know how to manage my energy and whatnot. But anyways, do we want to go to the chat, see who's here? Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it. Jesus.
Well,
Hold
we
on,
didn't
what
ask-
are you up to,
We
Pete?
didn't ask your Pete what he's up to today.
Yeah,
We know what Pete's up to today.
nearly got off lightly there, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay.
I almost dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Well,
I finally launched the garage this past week. That was we've talked about that on the show a handful of times. That was pretty fun.
Sick.
Great feedback from the community as usual. It's like,
are you sold out yet?
no, well, of the ones I built, yes.
Nice.
It's plenty of plastic and plenty of electronics to install a new one. So it is I had to pause the 3D printer over here, factory, and then you'll see there's a new table in my background. That's my assembly table now. So it is I won't say a well-oiled machine, but it is a production facility down here now. It's interesting.
Excellent.
But
Amazing. Well, yeah, I think it's a great product. I think it looks awesome. So it will sell. It will sell.
Yeah, it's got
Thank you.
retractable doors, auto doors, man, from
And
small
lights.
acorns.
It's funny. Well, and anybody who's been watching the channel knows that Joe helped me out with it a lot and kept me a little bit sane, but also every time I came up with a great idea, he's like, "Yeah, do it." I'm like, "Well, that's gonna push me back like another month," and he's like, "No, don't do it. Like, too late, already going." So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm impressed that we're still talking to each other after all the well, Pete, what if you tried this? Because I'd want that. So why don't you do it the way I want it? And he's like, "Oh man." He's like, "Let me get back to you 2 weeks later." Okay, I figured it out.
It's always all about you, Joe.
Of course, it's all about me.
Always.
YouTube is all about me. We know this.
Always.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's say good morning to some folks. We've got Gale Force Raceway.
Yes.
Bryce is in the house. Daniel Thomas. We've got Jen watching. She's laughing at you that you're drinking coffee out of a straw.
Yeah, she's happy about that.
Warren's in the house. Let's see. So Fast Speedway. Chris.
Quiz.
Quiz.
Des quiz. Tu parles français?
MV Auto. Speaking of the devil, we were talking about you just a little bit ago. We got Sean, Daniel Thomas, Dan from Slot Valley Racing, Shalafish, Toju Slot Car Racing, and I think
Our buddy Sean. Actually, Sean is with that's our buddy Liam, my friend, our youngest member, Liam.
Oh,
So yeah,
Is-
it's up to you.
you go, guys.
Yeah.
Go, yeah.
Okay. We'll get that out of the way.
Go away. So for a second.
Okay,
then
so
come back.
I'll kick you with something, and then we have something special for Liam actually. So we're glad that you guys made it. It was something we were talking about. Pass me that controller, but I want to give you this because I need you to talk about something.
Oh God.
Right? So so I need to correct you.
Oh God.
Now we're
live
just start.
TV people.
We need to correct you. Yesterday we were talking about controllers and how we went to Ernie's and we were hanging around, and there was a Professor Motor controller and it was kind of sluggish, and I was like, the controllers don't make any difference. And then Raul passed me this guy, this beautiful DeFalco. I'm not going to get into it. There's a lot of us who are there. Those of you who weren't in the chat, the DeFalco's really what a big difference, right? I got better timings just by changing the controller. But yesterday you were talking about your curve, how you go into the curve and then you let go. Your strategy is before you get to the curve, you let go into the curve 50%, and then come back out again. I think that movement, right? We were talking about muscle movement. There's so many, and Nico,
no.
yeah, but that's
Oh God,
stop.
I know where this is going.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You guys make fun of
this
me.
is as bad as
but
Nima's cars.
But
I need
it's
to
physics.
stop.
Oh,
This-
you guys want to buy?
Oh
we
my
can talk about
God,
that.
just stop it.
Why?
If
Why,
you guys
Raul?
use the thumb, you're actually using less
He's
muscle.
trying to
right?
convince us
This
to
is-
move from Pete. He's trying to tell me this is better.
It's
This
just
way
like
is
drumming.
better
Are we not
than
working
this
on
way.
drumming? When drummers use less muscles, you retain more energy.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Okay,
That's
press
just
the zero.
weird.
Go drink coffee from your straw.
I'll be right back.
Move
I'll be right back.
See, now he's going.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
You
Oh
know,
my God! It's like
you've got a trigger.
all I've heard is about everything I've done wrong. Jeez, he's
Just
still
get
gonna
some
Strokes, I
ground.
suppose.
if-
but-
if this was so good, why couldn't he beat my time yesterday? I don't understand. What was wrong? Like, if this is easier, I know him and Nico love this, but it's not for everyone. I mean, it's called a trigger controller.
Oh,
Anyway.
Joe, just a heads up.
I'm just saying. I want
Liam is
to
not
discuss
right.
it.
Joe can hear me. Now I can.
Yeah.
Just a heads up. Sean says
What's-
Liam's not there right now. He's a sleepover.
Oh,
So I don't know if what you were about to do should wait.
I don't know. That's on you.
Either way, let's move on.
we'll do it anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it after.
Oh, there's a question from Chris.
Well, don't hold it there. Put it over there.
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, Chris says, what do you guys think about the Scalextric price increase?
Uh-oh.
Pete's the resident scaly guy, yeah?
Do you know, Chris, we talked about it on Shenanigans last Thursday, right? But you've got, it's nothing. It's nothing. On one set of cars, it's £1.50, so probably $2. And on another set of cars, it's £2, so probably about $2.50. So it's like a price increase, but it's really, it's laughable. You pay more for parking just to nip in and get an ice cream these days.
Yeah, exactly.
You
So
know,
it's not a big
can't-
deal. But
Yeah.
I think Scalextric made it a big deal by putting it out there ambiguously. So
And it got to, or else imagine they put it up without telling anyone. There'd be the evil corporates.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think price increases of that stature don't need to be broadcast. I mean, loaves of bread go up.
They
I'm
should
not
just
centered.
put the price increase out with the announcement.
My
Just said, we've
shoulder.
got to put it up, but look, it's laughable.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to click. I'm trying to go through the guy's comments and stuff, but I realized we're on Raul's invite, so I have no control over the
Thank
show.
God.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh
God,
yeah,
every
he's
2
the
minutes.
tech guy. You're never gonna get the controller if Rahul's there. It's what he does. Just let him do it. Just chat, Joe. Enjoy the moment.
All right, whatever. So
Just enjoy it, buddy. Sit back.
Yeah.
okay, Sean's there. We're gonna do it anyways
He's got this.
because I don't know when, because it's Raul's gift to Sean and Liam. Raul, yesterday we were talking, and he was like, "Hey, how's Liam doing? How's it going?"
Is this
You know,
young
Raul-
track fan, Liam?
Yeah, the young
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
9 years
Hey.
old. Sean,
Red Bull fan.
a bag of chips went from $4 to $8. Yeah, big time Red Bull fan. So in our giveaway, Raul was generous enough to gift this to Liam to get him into the 132, which kind of makes sense that Sean is here, the dad, because dad's got the wallet. So if Liam now is into 132, because this will be his car. This is his car, his nice Red Bull.
It's
BMW.
upgraded, actually.
It's upgraded.
It has Paul gauge tires already and
Okay,
food.
so you didn't have to tell him that. I could have taken those. But whatever. It's fine. So you've
You
already got
don't
the upgraded
drive.
tire.
You drive
He has,
silicone.
he has to drive silicone anyways. Exactly. So you're gonna have to spend
Jeez,
money.
that's what I'm talking about.
And
That's
it's
what I'm
just like-
talking about here.
He doesn't let me speak.
All right, boys. Let's just talk about what you're talking about.
Sean, Liam, congratulations. For Raul's birthday, a giveaway to you, buddy. Thank you.
Nice.
And, that's it.
An
That's all
Audi
I have to say.
A5 DTM.
No, this is a BMW.
It's a BMW.
124 DTM.
White gloves, please.
Anyway, let's continue. I don't need the bell to sound more than once.
2-tier.
Oh yeah, it's just first of many there. I'm sure.
Yeah, I know.
No, Liam's into go. Dan's like I thought.
Yeah,
Liam was an HO.
143 is what he
Yeah.
started at,
Yeah.
not HO. Not
Oh,
much
man.
HO around these parts here, Dan. Just saying.
Dan's the HO guy. It's good. It's good that he's doing it because there's not much, and it's good to keep. Dan's got a good handle on things. He's got on the news for HO, so keeps that alive, keeps everything, the community growing, and the ecosystem happy. We got HO all the way up to 124 now. You've been into 124, and we were talking about that, and
What are you trying to do?
I'm just having a conversation. This is what it is. It's a morning conversation.
No, I'm wondering what you're trying to do there. Are you trying to open it?
Nothing. I'm not going to open the
Okay.
coffee on your
Yeah.
cars. I'm just fiddling.
Anyway, keep on going.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
just drink your straw. Okay.
Reaching for that bell, gentlemen.
Fudge.
Yeah. So 120. So yesterday we had a lot of fun doing non-mag racing, and for the first time ever, I was at Ernie's and I was racing with the non-mag cars, especially with the Viper and the metal chassis, and Ernie's releasing his new metal chassis, and we had so much fun. So I was racing non-mag, and then I put a mag car on, and I did 2 laps. I said, "This is so boring." I removed it. I think I've been converted to non-mag officially. So
Well,
today we're gonna pop
Right
off
down
the
the
rear
time and date.
magnets.
I'm going to correct you in a minute, but continue.
Today we're gonna pop off the rear magnets off the Carrera cars and see if we can do digital racing with them with the 132nds.
Thank you.
So we'll see if the LED still hits the lane changes and stuff properly on 132nd. I know it does on 124, but we'll try that out.
So that's the thing. It's not that you're giving up digital racing. We're just saying the difference is,
I just want to. I do like having the car more in control.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more. Control.
Absolutely, and that magless racing is an eventual step up, right? Pete, UK Pete, you use it's magless for you, right?
Yeah, doesn't work on a wood track.
Okay.
But even on like plastic track for like Wales and Wests or the digitals, then no, you don't have magnets. Just put some extra weight in the front and get grippy tires.
So how does that work with like when you've got 4 people on the track? Or do you not
Well, if you take like the Le Mans, that's done on an Inco track, and that's in some places 6 lanes. And there was 12 racers, but in the actual race you can have up to 20 teams.
Mm-hmm.
But last year there was just 12 teams that entered because of whatever. A few teams didn't enter or didn't meet criteria.
No, but what I'm trying to say is
have up to 20, and that was on the oxygen system for digital.
Oh, okay, on digital. Okay.
Yeah.
So
are
you can
are
have
people
like,
switching lanes though? Are
Yeah.
people switching lanes?
yeah. Oh god, yeah, and going in the pits, and
You haven't
you
seen
don't,
any of
because
those?
it's so spread out, because it's so big, the track. You seldom get
Or you give
12
Joe
cars
some homework?
together. You might get packs of 4 or 3, and then stragglers of 2s and 1s, but you never get, even on the start, as they go off, they just sort of gradually pull away from each other. There's no hurry because there's 24 hours of racing. So they
Actually,
know in 4
Okay,
laps
okay.
someone's going to come off, or someone's going to have to come in
just-
for a pit.
I'm just curious of like on a 2-lane track, as most of us home guys have, if we're running digital and we're running 4 cars magless. If you guys have any experience with that, by all means,
Yeah,
put
like
it in the chat.
Williams.
I'm just curious,
The Williams HQ does that. The Tractor Magnetic Racing build with me, Rahul, Massimo, Marco, we're all racing at the same time. 4 of us. It was utter carnage. Ian and
4
Doug and Tim were running
it
round.
was like 6 of us. It was out of carnage. It was rough.
on
It
2
was
lanes.
rough.
Ah,
Yes,
it
on
was
2
rough.
lanes.
Oh wow. Okay.
It was
So rough.
bedlam.
Very rough. But Pete, I have a question for you. You know when those big races, when they say they pit, is the pit lane an actual pull off and go into the pits, or is it pitting right on? It's off.
Yeah, you have to come in the pit lane, and then you can take your car off and you run over to the designated pit tables where there's lights and tools, and that's where you do your repairs, not
Okay.
a team desk. You have to do there so you can be kept an eye on.
Okay, so the pit's not an active pit where like you're pitting and refueling and all that. It's just for you.
No,
to
no,
put...
not like
Okay.
not with tires or weather or fuel.
Okay.
Not like we had in the slot house.
Yeah.
It's just when
Okay.
they actually need to do repairs, like real
Yeah.
life repairs on the
Yeah,
car.
like
they pull in
proper,
there.
like
Yeah,
motors
that's
falling out.
that's such a cool. I mean, I watched all those videos that coverage you did on the 24 hours, Pete, and that just fascinates me. I
Yeah.
want to do something like that so bad, but really, I'd love to just go watch one sometime.
But even like domestic level, it's such good fun. You know, we get my nephews Albert and Wilf over, and we're playing digital, and it's just going off.
Yeah.
It's just utter carnage.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter what end of the spectrum it's at. And that's the thing is, so I've got a couple of cars, not digital, but without magnets, and they like driving them because they like drift really easy because the tires are so fluffy and rubbish, just for us to play with. So sometimes they actually want to go on a magless car as much, if not more, than they would on a magnet car. But no one's ever tried it until you take it out, kids wise.
Yeah.
So because I've done it for the show or for whatever, like to nick the magnets for chassis flattening duties, they've had to go without the magnet, and they're like, "Whoa, it's like driving on ice," you know. Because if you haven't put weight in, got decent tires, done some stuff to it, it will drive like it's Bambi on ice. Like,
Oh, right on.
great
Pete,
fun.
you did.
That's how
guys
you
are
walk around, isn't it, Joe? Bambi on ice. No, nothing.
So my Pete, US Pete,
Yeah.
Bambi on ice. Mister takes 3 hours for a shower this morning.
Whatever,
Anyways.
man. At least I was up to take a shower.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
We're good. We're men.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a man's weekend.
Ready?
quick spritz and I'm good.
US Pete.
Yeah.
You got the lane gates, right? Because we're talking about, Pete was talking about carnage and whatever. How are you finding that experience?
It's good. I mean, so the lane gates are the little chip you add into the switches that like basically block you. There's a detection zone, so you can't change lanes into somebody else. They're like, I love them and I hate them at the same time, because they prevent a lot of the carnage, which is why I love them for my cars. But they prevent a lot of the carnage, so it's not as like crazy wild fun times when everybody's racing and smashing into each other. But when I race with ghost cars, it's great because I hate it when we're racing and everybody's in a groove and then the ghost cars crash into each other.
Yeah.
And with the lane gates, they can't do that because they won't be able to change into each other, and they won't be able to change into you either. So it's
It's
I like them a
balance.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one I really like that I just rearranged how I did it is, so I have a 2-lane pit now, and I put the lane gate on the second pit so that if you go into that second pit lane, it basically blocks anybody else from going in there. So if there's a car in that pit lane, it won't let anybody else change into it. So then
That's
they can go
smart.
straight into that second lane, and then it's not an auto sorter, but it's about as close as I can find without, chopping up some Pro X stuff or that sort of thing. So, yeah, I love them and I hate them. I don't. That's why I haven't done a video on them yet, because I haven't quite decided. It's a whole lot less crashing when you're racing, which can be good and can be bad.
That's right. Okay, that's right. You were going to do a video about it. I forgot about that. And then the garage kind of took over.
Yeah, then it took over my life. So.
Oh my god.
And I just hadn't quite formed like a real opinion on them. I'm still like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I didn't have those, because it was a lot more fun and crazy and chaotic without them. But
Maybe
then, like,
suggest an on-off switch for the next models.
cool.
You know, a wire sticking out, just click. I don't know. Do you think it'll be possible? You're good with the Arduino and the boards. But
As usual, Joe, you got my brain thinking, and now I'm gonna see if I can add a switch in there.
Garage 2.0 coming in.
Yeah. I'm sure you could have a switch set up. I don't know if it'd be worth it, but
Call out the
Well, you just did a
deluxe version.
you just made a what's that word case something case. What's
Okay.
that? You just made a valid case for it to have a Switch. What's that called?
Oh yeah.
Something case.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea, and it'd probably be pretty easy. But I always say that, and then a month later, I figure out how to do it. So
No, just call the company. Let them figure it out in their next model.
Let
Let them
that
send you
soak
the-
in.
the company, it's like a one-man dude, I think.
Perfect. You'll answer your emails. I'll send
One-man show to one-man show. I'll just call him up.
So speaking of the garages and stuff, do you have? Oh no, because you already sent it. You don't have. You're doing custom logos, correct? You offered that on your
Yep.
video. Do you have any to? I mean, I guess you can just show yours because mine, I believe,
Yeah, I
is
got the
shipped.
Show Me Sock Cars one.
These are awesome. These are so awesome. And
I
Yeah.
think I have one other one.
yeah, if you guys want
I
your custom
haven't-
logos,
Yeah, Dan in the chat isn't going to be happy about this because this means it hasn't been shipped yet. But I have Dan's as well.
there you go.
This is the next one to go out. I'm almost done, Dan. Bear
You
with me,
created
brother.
the right version first.
There you go.
And then they all come with the blank one. So that's for like a sticker or whatever you want. And
That's
then
good value. That's good value.
Everybody will get one of these, and then for a couple bucks, I'll make your own. Make one to match yours.
Right on.
Your logo or not logo. I'm not doing graphics because it's too detailed, but any text you want. And so you name your track or name of your slot car channel or whatever. Yeah.
And I think it helps if people know ahead of time what their font is, right? Because you and I had that issue with
We've
mine.
had
Because you're like, "What's your font?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember." And I'm like, "Oh, it's this." And
Yeah, Dan had the same problem, and I just guessed, and I guessed pretty dang close.
yeah.
I was just talking to Marty. I got his font, so I'm gonna make him one. So
Nice.
we've
Nice.
got.
I don't know his font. He's marketing, isn't he?
He did. It was pretty quick answer to that question.
Yeah. Full set of brand guidelines.
All right, I'm just trying to make the process easy for you, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and that part's fun because like all the once I make one, so once I made this one, like adding a new font to it is just like changing the colors and changing the font, and so that's a lot of fun to do because on the video I had yours, Joe, I had Dan's and mine on the thing, and I thought it looked pretty rad. So
That was pretty awesome. That looked pretty awesome. I guess. Anyways, I guess something popped in my head, but we'll talk about that off screen. I don't want to put you on the spot. Like I normally do. I'll save it for Raul.
okay.
Anyways. Being quiet.
So what
over
are you
there,
guys
eh?
doing for the Raul birthday party? You guys just racing all night or what?
Well, we got MP coming over.
Definitely should.
Of course, he's gonna mention that right.
That's
after
all he
that.
cares about. That's the
got
whole reason he came,
MP.
Raul. Happy birthday, Raul. Do I get to see my MP?
Yeah. He's like, all day he was like, "Oh, MP's coming over. I need to have 3 showers." I'm like, "What's going on? Like, you smell that much? You need 3 showers because MP's coming over?"
I just have to make
Like,
sure.
what's going on?
I have to make sure my hair is good.
Yeah.
Not too much glare, not too
Is
much
coming
fuzz.
over.
You know what I mean?
Machismo, exactly. Machismo is coming over. Jesus. Like,
Go get your
Anyway.
nails done yesterday, Joe.
yeah, I think
No.
he's jealous because me and MP have been hanging out too much,
Well,
so.
he texts me every day. MP and I are doing this. MP and I are doing this. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. It's fine. You go live it. No, but MP's coming. We might have some other family members coming over. You said
Which
we're
other family members? My cousin from Spain is
Sulk
here.
and Hulk.
Sulk and Hulk will definitely be here, but they'll be
Their
here
family.
in the evening. Then there's Ivanov, and then there's a whole bunch of friends. There's a
Just gonna
lot
go to
of guys
dinner.
coming.
yeah,
so
just gonna go to a nice dinner, nice reservation dinner at the.
that's in the evening.
Yeah,
So
some
the
Baton
day
Rouge.
is open. The day is open for lots of shenanigans.
Good.
so-
Good.
and then the night is fully booked all the way till 3 a.m. in the morning. Or
What?
something.
No, I'm in bed by 9:30, guys.
You can stay home then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like today, if you think I'm gonna be at home today, waiting, like sitting around with
You're
you,
gonna see. I'm gonna tell the guys, let's go back home and race and whatever. Everyone's gonna be
Yeah,
like, we're
them
following Joe. You're gonna see. Like yesterday, how
How much you gonna bet
how
on this, Joe?
awesome I was
Yeah,
at
good
the
luck
pool.
on that, Joe.
I had to go easy on Raul at pool.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
out. You're gonna be going out later. Just
yeah,
face it.
I asked Joe. I
Embrace
asked Joe yesterday. I was like, "You play pool?" He's like, "Yeah, I play pool." I'm like, "Okay."
Killer
cool.
pool for shots.
I'm like, "Cool." All right, cool. I'm like, he's
You missed
like,
the pocket shot.
Oh, thank God we didn't do that. 'Cause
I did that once. That was ruthless.
Well, yeah.
I had to go easy on this guy.
Oh, really?
This guy Raul has everything. I'm like, hey, let's take my card, let's go. And he's like, hold on, I gotta get my cues. I'm like, what? I didn't click the first time.
I didn't
He's like,
bring-
hold on, I gotta bring my cue. I'm like,
I
of
didn't
course
bring my
you-
pro cue. I just brought my regular cue.
Oh, he brought his regular cues. So Mr. Fancy Pants here has 2 cues for his regular cues. One to break and the other one to actually play. So he gives me the break cue, which is super
Which
light.
is
So I'm like
Mia's
going
cue,
everywhere.
by the way. And I think Mia at 14 will probably give you a run for your money.
Well, yeah, she's closer to the table. I've got to like bend over and like look at stuff.
I didn't see you
it's
bend
difficult.
over once.
All right, boys. This is a slot car show, not a pool show.
Anyway, yes.
Okay.
What do you want to
I'm back to my
This is
sippy
trouble when you have both of us.
cup.
I
Back to
told
my
you
sippy
this.
cup.
I warned you about this, Pete. I warned you.
I saw
And then
Patrick from Fast Laps hopped in.
Yeah, there's a video. On
I
Two
was
Lines.
just right before we started. I saw Marty did a video review on your software. I just got another code from Patrick yesterday, the day before, so I'm gonna give it another run. But pretty cool stuff. I didn't get to watch all Marty's thing because I was like, oh, I got to get downstairs and get this show going. But I'll watch it this afternoon and I'll give it a run. I'll let you know what we're thinking here. I know Marty uses it for analog, which I know probably works fantastic for that. I don't run analog, so I'm gonna test it on digital and see what I think. But yeah, I appreciate that, Patrick. Thanks for coming by.
Waldorf and Statler on the show. Oida.
Oida,
Oida.
Nico. Oida.
That's
Nico.
funny.
Hey, Nico is having a lot of conversations with us
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, we were having a good conversation about, and this is what I wanted to talk to Pete from the UK about because it's just interesting to know his perspective. Raul yesterday and I were talking about axle kits, and I jumped and I not jumped the gun, but what's the word? I can't think in the morning. I took the leap and I bought some custom kits that Ernie made us, and so I wanted to ask Pete, what are your thoughts on like your experience actually more at the show at the nationals, dealing with any of that stuff, and what did you take back? Do you deal with like gearing ratios? Is that part of your like routine now? Or are you into that stuff? Or are you just like, no, give me the car and run? Yeah.
Yep. The latter. So it's just one of these things. Like I haven't got there yet. Like not for the want of not wanting to know about it. So busy, like concentrating on this new stuff that I did learn at the time, like tires, like grades, like guides, like ride heights, like then obviously the building side of the car because you bought the kit, you want to build it. But actually getting down to the gear side of it, I haven't actually got there. So I get it as is, as long as it feels right and there's not like any wiggle in there or anything like that. That's fine for me. I'm not. I know this might sound derogatory, but I'm not that competitive in terms of that good a racer yet for it to affect my race. So I can give my car to one of my Rockingham buddies, and I'll do for instance, a 9 in it. They'll get an 8.2 on it, and they'll have literally just put it on the track, not used to it, never driven it. There you go, that car's all right. What are you talking about? Like that. I'm out of here.
It's
And I hate that
funny,
car. Keep it.
it's yours now.
Yeah. So when as I progress, and I can feel myself now. You talked about the difference of a controller earlier when you got the old DeFalco on the go, and you trigger it. You don't fluff it. You trigger it. You trigger it. So
That's for you, bro.
Don't fluff it. We need a t-shirt. We need a t-shirt.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make
What are you
that
talking
t-shirt.
about? There's
I'm
no
gonna make
fluffing.
that t-shirt.
There's no
I'm gonna
fluff
make
over
that
there.
t-shirt.
Don't fluff it, Joe.
trigger.
Don't fluff it.
Don't fluff
Nico,
it.
are you hearing this, bro? Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
We're
gotta
getting
trigger it. Don't
Yeah, well,
fluff
we'll
it.
deal with Oida Boy later.
One
I
at a
love you,
time.
Nico. So yeah, so
Love
for
it.
me, for the gear set, doing the whole gears, whether you use a 24, 28, a 500, and then the matching pinion, it wouldn't affect my game. If I had any of those on, I'd still get a 9. I'm not at the 8.2 end where I might get an 8.1 if I change the gear mesh to suit a more technical area of the track, or I
Okay.
reduce the gear mesh to get more speed on long straights like the Le Mans, because you've got massive Mulsanne straights, and you're like, oh, they can
Yeah.
like on their digital cars gun the trigger for maybe 5 seconds. I mean, it's like, there you go. Imagine that, like full
That's
pelt,
nuts.
like. So you know, that when you get to that, then the gear mesh becomes important. So for me, it will become important, but I haven't really looked at it yet. I understand the concept, but
Okay.
I haven't started to experiment with it. I've just saw Oida Boy's
Well,
video the other day
Oida
about the
Boy.
motor thingy and the passive
Yeah.
motor braking in. The guy's voodoo, you know, he thinks like that. And so now I want one of them bits of kit.
So yeah, so because
I don't believe in motor braking. I still don't. I'm not convinced. It's just
It's
like
like an
to
engine
me.
cooling thing.
Yeah, exactly. The stupid
oh, that was
heat
interesting
sink
to hear.
thing.
That was interesting.
Which
We won't make it into that.
which I went to Ernie and talked about, and Ernie's like, "That's just a gimmick." He's like, even he was like dismissive. He's like, "There's no way you can cool a motor with a heat
We need
sink."
some science. We need
Yeah,
science.
you
Because
need
so
to.
many people
You,
believe it. So many people think it's gimmick. We need
yeah,
some data.
I want. I think
When
Pete.
Nico speaks, I'll listen.
Let's
So
Well,
on,
the
on
whole
those.
thing. Anyway, we can get into
Yeah,
that
sorry.
discussion later
yeah,
because
Sorry,
since they're
from
not.
gear mesh.
science, looking at this car right here, which is the car we ran at Electric Dreams, right?
Yeah,
That is a seal can motor, right? If this motor is heated up, that armature inside, those copper, the armatures is what's done the work, right? That's
Mhm.
what's hot. When you put a heat sink, it only hits the outside of the can, right? So it draws maybe a little bit, and for a moment there, it's only for a minute that they have this heat sink on there. It's not like they have it there for like a good 10 minutes or anything.
what if they've
The
got it refrigerated? Would that like enhance the coolness?
Here's a problem: you're introducing liquid into that area,
But
right?
it's not only
Like,
that. Let's nip this in
Condensation,
the butt
right?
right now. The reason for a heat sink is so air can pass through the heat sink, because if you know, right, it's got the grills,
Exactly.
and then if no air is passing through that, the heat will not dissipate
Yeah.
as fast. So if you
So
don't have a fan on that, and if you're going to put a fan on your car for the heat sink, then just put a fan on your car.
yeah,
So
and
that's
taking
done
the temperature
for
of
me.
the outside can doesn't really tell you what's going on inside inside the can itself, right? So anyway, according to everything that we
You know, just like putting my science Bill Nye the Science Guy hat on for a second is, but if you put that heat sink on the can, right, it's only pulling heat off that can, but on the inside, the armatures, that heat has to go somewhere, which is going to go to the can. So like if you're pulling heat off the
for 1 minute.
outside,
Exactly.
I mean, I get
1
it.
minute, Pete.
You don't have enough
And
time.
here's the thing that Nico said, right? These cars run Le Mans for 24 hours. Nobody's using heat sinks at the Le Mans.
That's fair.
So if they're not using a heat sink at Le Mans, why would they use it at between heats at Electric Dream? Makes no sense.
The heat sink would have to work if it was pre-installed in the car while the car is running, and you're trying to get that heat to cool
Actively
down.
keeping it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you. Anyways, that was an interesting segue.
Anyway, Oida retorted here by saying, "Pete, UK. By the way, what was your nickname in LA again?"
Yeah,
Captain Crash.
Captain Crash.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's not untrue, is it?
Hey, you got a nickname. That means you were there and people know who you were, right?
That's it.
Exactly.
Pete, how did you place in the UK?
47th.
That's still pretty good, man. I mean, like,
It's okay. It's better than me.
yeah,
I
well,
have
know.
a
in the middle bit.
DNF. Did not finish.
Well, I think there's a conspiracy on that, because the fact
The
that your car
old-
malfunctioned, I think some people didn't want you to win. So
No. It was like, let's spare the public of this humiliation on track, and let's just get him off.
okay.
Anyway,
Humiliate. This guy's really good. Anyways,
Hey, by the
So
way,
Gabe-
I ran this car yesterday at Ernie's.
How was it?
It was great.
A wood
Um,
track.
no plastic. So he has a polycar plastic track, but I gave it actually. So there was a guy there, this gentleman there that was running 9.4s on the red lane, which is the hottest lane, and he took
Okay.
it for a spin, and he said it was really well done. So it got a good endorsement. Ernie, I think, already ran MPs on the track, and he also gave a good thumbs up as well. So the setup on these cars is amazing. Thank you once again, Marco, for doing that. Awesome.
That's the one you brought back from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's gonna end up in my suitcase. Anyways, when he's not looking. So for both Pete's, because we were talking about, I know UKP.
Both
Sorry,
beats. There we go.
US.
The
Yeah,
fist
both
bump.
Pete's. No, going back to the gearing. So it's interesting because okay, fine. When you go on the club tracks and whatnot, and when I switch to analog mode, I'm trying to get my cars faster now. I'm dabbling in that and learning about the gear ratios. There's a great gear ratio PDF on the Discord if you guys haven't seen that yet, or just ask Nico. He's got that information. So for both of you, so the reason for my axle kits is not for actually getting my Carrera cars like tuned or different or faster times. It's actually to soup up my Ferraris, the 488s that are for me on my track not performing. So the whole point of upgrading the axle kit is to have a set of cars that can now compete against my faster cars. So that's my point. At any point, do you guys think that would be something you wanted to do for Pete? Like, so forget about ratios and trying to figure out the braking and blah, just trying to get the axle kit to get the car to perform better, to keep up with other cars. Is that anything of interest to you guys at all? Is that something, or you guys are just like, no, I'm not? Is that something in the future for you, in that home racing world aspect of things? Nobody, you guys don't care about these.
No. Is that what that was? No,
That was
it's
right.
well. So I don't. Yeah, okay. I got you. Or this way. Do a little Brady punch. I think I've talked to you a million times about this kind of thing, and I've done like this is my prime example. This POS piece of shit.
Yeah.
I hate it. I've tried a few things. I'm not doing an axle kit on it. I'm not doing any of that. This is just the one that I keep over by my desk. Every time we talk about Carrera, I just pull this thing up because it doesn't go on my track anymore. But I do have some cars that are slower than the others. I don't think an axle kit is how I'm going to do that. But with that said, it's mostly because I run exclusively digital. I have zero. I have not even like dabbled or even considered switching to analog yet. And so I can even out cars in a 30, 40, 50 lap race through the fuel, through the power, through the control unit, and through Smart Race without having to do all of that. So yes, it might be faster around the track, but if you have the lap time set right, the average lap time set right in Smart Race, they'll use more fuel because they're going on faster laps, and then they'll have to pit more, and then in the end, in that 50 lap race, they can be more even. So I'm not, and it's because I've had some less than ideal experiences upgrading HO cars in the past, where I upgraded them to Oblivion, and then they basically were like bricks on the track that were like, yeah, just glued down to the track, and it was so great. But they, after a 20 lap race, they basically caught fire. And so trying to make them like
Heat sink. Pete.
Yeah,
Heat sink.
yeah, I needed like liquid nitrogen. All those things. But
You weren't fluffing
like-
it enough. You weren't fluffing it enough.
yeah, it's got to be that. Of course, it couldn't be anything else. Not enough fluff. But yeah, so I'm much less interested, and also it's one of those things too, Joe. We've talked about this, and this might be what Dan's getting at with Hop Down, but is that tuning the fastest cars down to match middle of the road is more my idea to get like all 12 of my cars that I'm using all the time racing in a similar competitive race. It's easier to match them that way, like meet in the middle, than try to get everything to the top. That's my opinion.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I
I
don't.
think that's how you even out everything.
It's not for me. Everyone's got to be fast. I like fast timings. I want people to learn fast. I like how
This
my
is
brain
how you
works.
don't make friends, Joe. You see 3 people nodded their head, and you said, nah. 1 out of 4, dude. Like, you're 25%. You're hitting at it, batting at it.
Can I call my own bell? Am I allowed to call my own bell? Like, no.
Jesus.
Nope. Nope, you have zero controls. You're at Rules House. Zero controls.
Ah, tu brute. What's going on here?
Yeah.
What about you?
All it is Joe will be at the top end of the rules. So if everyone's reduced their cars to the middle, like middle of the road kind of spec, that's race rules.
Yeah.
So Joe, you just have to have the higher end of the race rules. So you'll be
Oh,
the
I
first.
love this.
The higher end.
Yay Nation says, Joe, you need to first beat people to worry about being faster.
Yeah. Okay.
the hits just
Yeah.
keep on coming.
Yeah,
Joe.
and I know there was a conspiracy going on because that Audi he bought from you is
Conspiracy.
super fast, super sticky. You put a super magnet in that thing, so no wonder. Guys, don't worry about it. My day will come. Herrera's Carrera's day will come. It'll come very soon. Don't worry about it. Well, maybe not
One
soon.
day,
but,
hopefully we're all alive to see it.
yeah.
Joe, the hits just keep on coming. Joe.
You'll be alive. You'll be alive. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Sean's there too. I mean, Sean's beating me. Liam's beating me. It's all good on my own track. But I
I'm
think that's part of the hobby.
beating you.
I think you got bigger problems than Axel gets to worry about there, Joe. Just saying.
Like your fluffing is not working.
Yeah.
Fluffing is not working.
How's
Go back
that
to
fluffing
Fluff
it
Academy.
working now?
Poor Nico. He chose the wrong Padawan.
Yeah, it's the wrong advocate, buddy. Sorry.
Whatever.
Wrong
Yes.
spokesperson for fluffing
Get you a
it.
little coffee out of pineapple cup. There you go.
I represent us home guys racing.
Home
Right?
We're all home guys.
No.
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
Mister, I got a club 2 minutes away.
2 minutes away, literally. Okay.
Pete, Mr. Skate Electric.
Anyway, let's keep on going because this guy's
the other
gonna
Pete
go on.
designing stuff. What do I got? What do I got?
This is what I got to deal with for the rest of the day now. I can't wait for MP to get here. Whew. It's gonna be. They can hold hands and sing "Kumbaya" and do whatever they want there.
And then you can go enjoy your birthday.
And MP's like, I gotta go. I gotta go.
Sorry, guys, I'm out.
Yeah. I told him when we called him yesterday, I said, bro, like, you're coming, but don't leave. There's no leaving. He's like, no, I'm coming. I'm like, yeah, you're coming for the whole day. He's like, yeah, I'm coming for the whole day. I'm like, great. I'm like, okay, Joe's looking forward to see you. Oh. Oh, is what he said. Oh.
About
maybe-
that.
Anyways, UK Pete. Let's go back to because the
UK
original
Pete
question.
left.
Oh.
He
UK
left
Pete,
to
he just
come.
walked away. He's like, I'm out. Oh,
UK Pete.
I'm trying not to be rude and staring at this massive screen here, and I'm trying to stay focused on the camera,
We
so I
drove-
can't see what you guys are doing.
We drove Pete to drink.
Yeah, I'll
That's
do
what
that.
happened.
That's it. So
It's
out
right
of
here
out of
too,
all
eh?
the tunage and the you're talking about float for the cars, because I noticed yesterday because Raul took my car yesterday and he's like, hey man, your car is too stiff, and I'm like, yeah, well that's kind of how I drive it on my track. And he's like, no, you really got to use the body flow and you really got to use the motor pod. And sure enough,
Yeah.
my timings got better. And you were talking about before, you were only focusing on tires and the body flow and ride height and all that stuff. And I know that this stuff can get really overwhelming. Even just being at the track yesterday alone and just trying to like understand what's going on with the car and trying to understand how the car is responding on the track and all that stuff. What is it from the UK, from Electric Dreams that you took back in that aspect? What's like the thing that stuck out the most that you can apply to your track, if you even apply any of that stuff to your track?
You know, like just standard stuff like gluing through your tires. And then when I had a chat with Nemus, he was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but
There you
yeah, in there, you've got holes.
Yeah,
You see in there,
the
there
whole
you can
axle,
see it
yeah.
there.
In the
So
rim.
he was putting a dot of glue in each of those holes on the inside wall of that tire.
Mhm.
Because the idea is these tires, these slotted ones, they balloon up to give you more ability of traction on the straight. And then as you get to a corner and slow down, they settle down. Hang on a second.
Are your tires as chewed up as Raul's? Sorry.
Yeah.
They're chewed up? Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because Raul's car's tires are chewed up, and he said he thought it was Ernie's track, but I don't
Well, the polycar track would have done a number on them.
On this one in particular, you can see it
Okay,
on that
yeah.
outer edge.
Okay. All right. So those tires take a beating on the track.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was gluing those in there because he said that when you get to the corner, your whole tire is just flat already. It's not doesn't have to settle down. So that first millisecond of corner where your tire's got to cool down and flatten, he said it's already flat. So I get more speed in the technical section where everyone's forced to slow down through fear of actually deslotting.
Mhm.
And then you get someone who's having a good old natter and misses your slot, and it gives you like a little lick of your guides and puts it back in. It's nothing more frustrating than bad marshalling.
Pete still.
Big fan of the Marshalls there, I see.
That was just me.
Oh.
Oh, okay. That's Peter on the corner.
Pete started licking all the cars. He's like, "Is this yours? Delicious."
Yeah, I said,
What flavor of brain juice are you using?
I love this burnt smell.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I actually
so different things with tires, and I find that different tracks and different temperatures also affect it. It's just you just gotta I don't know. It's endless.
There's no, yeah.
Well, at Ernie's track, they've come up with a new tire thing, which is we're using the G25 tires. We use the air gap wheels, but they put foam inserts into those wheels and glue them in before they put the tires on. Which in RC world, if you understand, the foam expands and contracts, but it allows the tire to actually expand and contract at an even rate with the foam inside. So they use. So I have a set of those that he gave me to test out. These are the new tires that we'll be using, and I'll be racing with in October when I go back to Ernie's to race. So,
When's that?
October, I believe their race season starts. So Saturdays in October, they finally got a day that I can go down. So Saturdays, so it's great.
I guess I'm coming back in October.
Yeah. So
Oktoberfest at Ernie's.
Yeah, I believe they race every second weekend in October, so it should be fun. But it's a standard race series. It's MR slot cars, like a setup, which is, it's completely
That's the
proprietary.
12th of October, second week in October.
So so Nico says the foam thing was forbidden at the U.S. Nationals. We had a good conversation with Ernie, and I believe he has a really good interview on Electric Dreams that I enjoyed, and he brought it up again where he makes everything equal on his track. His rules are like there's no funny business. It's his tires, his truing. He sets it up for you. Everyone races the same tire. Everyone's on the same grade. He doesn't want too much variation. So you come in with your car. It's your tuning skills, but with his tires, he tries to keep everything as even as possible. Everyone gets to see the car after the race, and then he goes through a magnetic test. He had that box with a magnetic test. So I found that was
there's no magnets in these cars, but he does check everything.
Yeah,
so,
he does
Ernie has been doing this for so many years. So,
and I thought that was a really cool way. Like just listening to him to be like, "Oh, that's awesome of you." It's not just like, bring your stuff, and the winner's the winner, and too bad.
Something that Ernie mentioned yesterday, I think we kind of glossed over it. Was he's like, "This is the last Revo slots I have on my shelf," and that was sad because I just realized that today that Ernie will no longer be carrying Revo slots. And so in Toronto now, we have no more shop that you can go in and buy a Revo slot anymore. And that was because they have only one distribution center in North America, which is out of in the Show Me Slot. Not Show Me Slots. It's 132 slot cars. I believe he distributes everything for Revo slots. But because they're so overwhelmed, Ernie didn't get his shipment till 8 weeks after everything had released. So we in Canada didn't get any shop that we could go to buy Revo slots 8 till 2 months after everyone else had it. And he was like, there's no way as a business owner that he could keep supporting that sort of like customer service.
So what Raul is trying to say is that right now the only Revo slot distributor in Toronto is himself. So come shop on his walls. If you saw my little post,
I don't really have that many for sale.
You have enough. Oh my god.
No, I don't.
It's a freaking wall of salt
I
cards.
have more than Ernie does in this shop right
Yeah,
now.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like the video I saw yesterday looked like you have more than what you just said Ernie has.
Yeah, so that was kind of sad to hear. I actually it dawned on me this morning when I was thinking. I was like, that Ernie mentioned that we won't see the Reaver slots anymore, like in person. I have to see it online.
But
and
it
not
also
to buy
kind of
online.
makes sense, man. I mean, to a certain point.
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
him, for sure. The
yeah.
business sense of it is, and I've always said this: Canada lacks in distribution. We actually completely lack in distribution.
Are you listening, Warren? Are you listening?
Yeah, but Warren doesn't even have access to Reaver slot. It's only one distribution facility out of the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the whole North America is reliant on one person
There you go.
distributing.
You can get them
so,
from Warren too. He's not from
Yeah.
Toronto, but he's close.
Yeah,
So.
but there is lag, right?
Yeah.
So 7-8 weeks, it doesn't make any sense. If you're really into the car, you're gonna order it from Pendle or wherever else you were ordering it from before. So
Hey, Warren carries Revo slot. Sorry, I just
Yeah, he does, he does.
He's making sure. Oh, I got carry it. Like you got it.
Perfect.
Oh, good. Now you got to do a video just Revo slots.
Yeah, there you go, Warren. There you go.
There's your next
That's your next video. Reaver slots. I am a Reaver slot distributor.
Awesome.
But that was sad. I mean, like we only have Toronto's a very big city. We have only one race center right now. We have one track to go.
At least you have one.
I know
Yeah.
you have to drive. He was
Yeah,
so
dude.
funny. He says to Ernie, "You're the closest club I have. It's only 6 hours away."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Not that far off. Not
So-
that far off down.
So
here.
UK Pete, you're clearly the Scalextric guy. I just saw your video this morning on the Chicago Fire. That was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Little fire car. I like any cars that have flashy lights on it.
Proper different.
And what do you have? Because I've got all-wheel drive Subaru, so it's really great. But I find that the braid. Is there something that you guys do specifically to those braids to get them to work properly? I kind of don't really like the Scalextric clip system. Is there like a trick to them or something? Because I find they burn out real easy.
Yeah. So firstly, sometimes you can just get a duff. All right. There's nothing you can do to it to make it work. It's just one of them anomalies. You just call it, there's a rotten egg in every
Like you, a
batch,
duff.
maybe. So sometimes it will just not work. So just throw it away and get a new one, because they're like literally cheap as chips if you buy a pack of them, and you get like replacements on the cars. But generally, see if this works.
Oh yeah, nice.
Nice. Good
So generally, you have your guide here,
Mhm.
which you push forward and it pops off. But if you get your braids and just push them up and spray the ends out. See this one?
Yeah.
Now it's sort of sprayed. I'm doing this upside down and in reverse here.
Yeah, I found it was the weirdest thing because I was like, "What's wrong with these braids? And why do they burn out so fast?" And my car was dying. I'm like, "Oh, maybe I have a bum chip." As soon as I switched out the braids, which took me an hour and a half to figure out because I didn't realize the Scalextric was a pop up, pop down. I almost ripped the whole thing out. And just by changing the braids, then everything worked fine. And then I'm trying to compare them to both, and I'm like, I don't see any difference. So I was just, I don't know, it's weird.
So spray them up, splay them, fray them, like rough them up a bit at the end, and that.
Okay.
That'll work really well.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks.
There you go.
There you go.
Answers
And you
answered.
get your spares
Questions
under the
answered.
box.
Yeah, that's it. It came with 2 extra, and I thought they were just holders. Then I realized, oh, this is it's an actual chip. You have to finagle it to get it on there.
Yeah, no finagling, please.
What do you mean? I had
Not
to
in this
finagle
house.
it.
Not in
You
this
finagle all
house.
you want. At
Oh,
home,
we
but
can
not in
we
his
can,
house.
we can fluff. We can fluff, but we can't
No,
finagle.
you fluff. Nobody
So-
else fluffs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There you
pretty
go.
wild.
So
Now
that's
you
nice and
understand how to do
clinical,
it.
roughed up.
Okay.
And that'll work. That'll work. Do that. You should do that with most of your cars. Even if it's an NSR car or whatever, just splay the end of them.
Yeah.
Those neat little braids.
it
And
was just out of the box, because I mean, Scalextric and Carrera are
Yeah,
usually
just
good at
right
right out
away.
of the box, and I was having trouble, and I thought there was dead spots in my track, and then I was like, okay, let me just change these braids, and I noticed that they were just almost all burnt, and I'm like, this doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
What do you mean by
But-
burnt?
Like they're already used up. They're already used up. They're all black and already used up, and I was like, something's not right, and I switched out the new, well, the replacement braids with the little clip on there, and I realized how everything worked, and I was like, oh, and then they just worked fine. So either I got a dud braid or it was badly installed. I don't know.
was it brand new?
Brand new, out of the box.
Braids were black.
Pete's,
And they were used.
Pete's like,
No,
what's going
no.
on?
Brand new on the track. I only did a few
don't-
parade laps, and then no, the car was brand
okay.
new. And then
Well, that's
after
that
everybody
illegal
was dying.
solution you've been putting on your tires. That's what that is.
Yeah, that sounds like a filthy track.
That just sounds like a silicone problem to me.
No, my track is
Oh.
spotless clean. You can eat off my track. That's how clean it is. That's how a silicone guys roll. Clean tracks.
Oh.
Except for the rails where you're picking up black shit all over your
Yeah.
What are you guys saying black stuff? It was just burnt. It's like burnt out. That's why
Nobody
it turned
did
black.
I
It
know
wasn't-
you keep saying that, and I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I don't think that's a thing.
No, it's not. It's not. I wasn't going to say anything.
I don't
'cause
think
was like,
that's a thing.
I don't want to.
Braids wear down. What are you talking about? These
don't turn
braids are
black.
worn down.
There's nothing
They
worn
don't
down
turn
about those
black.
braids.
What?
There's zero wear on those
Have a
Well,
braids.
come on, the front tires still have rubber, so it's picking up some of the rubber. Guys, stop picking on me. Jeez.
Oh, muffin. It's okay. Put it. Put it.
Whatever. Next topic.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What's next? What's next?
Joe's ready to move on now that we've called him out.
Joe's ready to move on.
Thank you, Pete, for answering the Scalextric question. I appreciate it. Pete.
Yeah.
Civilized from England. Thank you. Showing these guys, showing these guys what's up.
Yeah, you ain't getting that from me.
As I have my sips from my pineapple coffee.
Yeah, stay there. Stay with the pineapple coffee. Fruity coffee.
Is there still a sticker in it? Okay, it's on the outside.
Well, are you guys going back to LA in 26? Is that what I heard on Shenanigans?
Yeah. Gonna try.
So that's the objective is and Marco said, what happened to 2025? I was like, well, 2025 I got other things to do, but 2026 I'll be back. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, so yeah, our plan, and Pete came up with this, and I'm all for it, and that's why I'm racing again and getting very into racing now. That's why I got a flattening plate so I can start building cars properly from ground up, making sure
Yeah.
everything's nice and trim. Is we're asking because everyone needs to kind of put the funds together, and it's when you give them enough time. 1 year may be a little bit too short, especially for the guys in the UK, but 2 years is good enough. Like Pete was saying, if you put $5 a week aside or whatever it is, $20 or whatever, over the 2 years, you'll have enough to go down. And we're trying to get a lot of people in this time. At least, a good international audience into the nationals. So our objective is to get as many YouTubers and friends that we know to kind of have this as a meetup spot in 2026. So
Very cool.
yeah, I think the one thing I say the biggest takeaway from Electric Dreams was the camaraderie. I think just being able to be around 75 people that just love what we're doing, what we talk about on a daily basis. It kind of recharges you. It kind of gets you motivated again. And sometimes, especially for myself, like when you feel you have nothing to offer, then sometimes just being in that environment just sparks ideas and stuff. And I think that's what was the biggest takeaway for me, especially coming down there. Yeah, 100%.
What about you,
awesome.
Pete? UK Pete.
It's UK Pete.
As you both are lovingly
this Pete
called.
stuff is really difficult. I'm telling you that. Like UK Pete, U.S. Pete. It's like
So-
Pete. I just know Pete. I don't know.
Okay, so
you.
it's funny because Raul and I are like, "Oh, Pete," and we're all like, well, "Which Pete are you talking about?" No, my Pete. No, you're
Yeah.
Pete. My Pete. You're Pete. Okay. So, so US
That's
Pete.
weird.
Sorry for it is kind of weird. So US Pete, are you planning on going?
I want to.
Good.
I'd love to. 2 years out makes it much more achievable. Like Raul said, like that gives me much more runway to plan and save up some airline miles and hotel points and and some cash too. That like yes, absolutely that's much more feasible. If you were planning for next year, it'd probably be like I don't know if I can pull it off. But yeah, 2 years out, I can definitely. It gives me enough runway to plan financially and to plan the calendar and the wife upstairs and all that. But yeah,
Start
2 years
greasing
out.
the wheels now. Grease the wheels now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Start the job.
Be like, listen, I'm gonna go to. I'll just tell her I'm going to like Australia next year, and then be like, oh, actually, that didn't work out. So instead, I'm going to LA in 26.
That's a smart plan. That's a smart plan.
Oh, here
Just
we
tell her
go.
once now.
I know she doesn't
Just
watch
once.
the show, so I'm.
Once.
Well,
And then the week
Slot
before you go
Craftman
and
says,
tell her
how do you
again.
guys get away with the trips from your partners? How do you guys get away with these trips from your partners?
Well, I allow Raul to go because I'm
Leave now. Exit
Shots.
stage right now.
let's start with Pete for that. Answer that question. Let's start with Pete. UK Pete.
UKP.
I was sponsored.
There
There you go.
you go.
So that worked. But in 2 years, we're both coming. So there's the draw. So we're
There
going to
you
come
go.
for like a week. Do a few days walking around beaches and shops and stuff, and then a few days in the race.
That'd be good.
So that's the plan. Yeah. So
That makes
that's how
that-
you do it. I was doing
makes
the
that-
recce, the lead party, scoping it out. So once I've done the video, which will be out at some point in the near future, I'll be able to show what it looks like.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's cool.
awesome. Yeah, I remember.
That's a
remember
good idea.
telling
That
Jen,
makes that wicked long flight worth it too if you stay longer than a couple days, right?
well, that's
11
it.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. So,
I remember telling that to Jen. I'm like, oh yeah, the guys mentioned and Pete, they kind of want us to go next year, in 2 years to go. And Jen turns around, she's like, yeah, we can definitely go to LA. And I'm like,
Yeah, we.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. She's like,
Yeah,
I'd love to see LA.
there you go.
So that kind of
If you're
helps.
on board,
That
you're in the race.
Yeah, there's lots of spouses coming to LA in 2026.
Wow, it's a nice
I
place.
think a lot of people are planning it as a group event. So you come with your spouse, you get to see some of the sites, and then you get a bonus of stock car racing. Just
A
to
little
make
extra on the side.
Yeah. You got to be really good for 4 days so you can get the 2 days off on the weekend to go do some stock car racing.
I'm just calculating it's going to be more than $5 a week at that point. Because then it's like,
You just doubled his cost.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, it's $5 a week. I told her it's 15.
Rodeo- Oh,
5 from you, 15 from her.
smart.
That's a good thing the wife don't watch this. Oh shit, Jen's on there. Oh, no.
Probably. I
I
always get
was
it when
going to
you-
sleep at a bus stop, but if you're coming, I can't do that, so it's going to cost more.
It's gonna sleep at-
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
for two, it works out to be about $50 a week.
Oh, what to save up?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess the dog just doesn't have to eat. That's fine.
Oh.
OnlyFans.
Only
OnlyFans. Easy, okay.
Only slots. Let's go.
Oh, no, there we go. Stop.
The ones working on.
Yeah. Finally, Pete has done his duty.
You have to work hard.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on. Move on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So 2 years is achievable, definitely, for saving up, I think. I said to Marco, because he asked me the same thing, what about next year? I went, I'll still be paying off this year, mate. What are you talking about?
Well, why don't we do one closer? There's
I
none
love your
closer.
story about the airline.
I think next time I go, I'll take my own car, maybe. So I'll work on my own car, practice like Billy O over here with it, get right used to it, break the motor in, all of that kind of snazzy stuff I watch on Nico's channel,
Mhm.
and then I'll be ready. Actually, is Nico going in 2 years?
You won't be able to race the same car?
No,
No? Okay.
everything changes.
Everything changes.
He'll probably moved on by then. Like, so 1 year Jaguar might be the car.
Okay,
Then
okay.
this year Slot It
Okay.
might be sorry, not Slot It.
Nissan.
Nissan might be the car. Then next year Porsche 962 might be the car.
Hint, hint.
Because 90%, 95% with a Nissan, but there were pockets of other cars on the track, which was interesting.
Well,
and
the
they were
new
doing all right.
767 is coming out, the Mazda, right? So that's a new
Yes.
Group C car coming out. So
There
we'll
you
see how that
go. That'll be
performs.
flavour.
Yeah,
You've got way too much wheel flop here.
that does
Back and
not
forth.
matter.
Yes, it does. Nico, look at this. Look at this, Nico.
It's Machismo bringing his car over from the Nationals.
Yes, that's
Tell him to bring his car as well, Rahul.
That's a no bueno.
From a guy who doesn't race much, I don't take anything. That
I don't
he
need to
says.
race.
Yeah,
I just
get
need to
out.
run.
Oh my god.
When I say I
What
smoked
does that
you
even mean? What
Someone
does that
get him
mean?
out of there.
yesterday.
That's not even a thing. I don't.
I race on my own track. I don't need to race other people. I just know how cars run. I know that. I know enough that this is no bueno. For
That
100%.
does not matter if these wheels don't touch the ground.
We don't touch the ground. Of
They
course
don't
do.
touch. Oh my god. Somebody please give this man
At all. You're not riding on your braids. There's no way you're riding on your braids. Those touch.
Okay, buddy.
Sorry to tell you.
Buddy.
Sorry to tell you and correct you live, national, in front of millions of people. Your front tires have. There's no way.
My
Come on,
fingers on the button, gentlemen.
Pete. No, but Pete, come on.
Stop.
On any track, the front. What
It's
do you mean?
on the button. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Have you looked at these tires, man? They're not tires, dude. Have you not noticed?
You're telling me that
Oh,
you guys
here we
are
go.
you
Have
guys
you
are
not
running on
noticed-
braids?
It's
There
all
it is.
gone Mickey
I warned you.
Mouse.
I warned you. Go to the corners. Calm down.
Well, hold on. Okay, so UK Pete, you're telling me that
UK Pete, hold up your car and see if the two front wheels are moving side to
you are
side.
not driving on braid
They
on
are.
wood track. Is that how it works
Okay.
on wood track? That's
Yeah.
impossible. That's not good. That's not good racing.
Can you explain to this young man here, Pete, how front tires work in stock cars? Please.
So when I
Nico.
got it, because you don't want any of that side to side, you push your wheels in and you have an issue. So what I did was I spoke to Nemus really nicely and said, have you got any collars that I can put in between
Yeah.
the wheel and the first bearing?
Mhm.
So in there you can actually see.
So you have no wiggle room.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
So push it together because I've got the collars there. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, don't break it! Don't break it. You just have to say that you did it properly.
Anyway.
and what's your
Yeah.
name again?
I
Raul
just
didn't.
put the little sleeves in just to stop it going wobbly, but have
Yeah,
the
I didn't
wheels
have
be
tools.
outside.
We didn't set up the car. I think you should just leave
Yeah.
it there.
No, it's right.
Maybe
Oh, I
that
see.
was a malfunction. Maybe it was you after all.
Are you
All
done?
right, boys.
Are you done? Are you done?
He's
Are
done.
you done?
He's done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
You're now gonna get called out on national TV for something else, and it won't be pretty. Anyway, let's keep on going.
Let's definitely move on.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it there. That little thing there.
Well, I have collars on my own cars, but when you're there, I didn't have access to anything. So, and I wasn't really. Anyway,
Yeah, just don't try to correct me. You could have just said, "Yeah, I know, I didn't have access to," and that's why they're wobbly.
All right,
Not
we
try to-
got it. For once, Joe was mostly
it's okay.
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
care.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
There's your
if
win.
Joe can drive this car faster than me, then maybe.
Well,
Or
we all
maybe
know
build
that.
a car, maybe that is going to beat me first, okay? Before you start
We all know
talking
that's
anymore.
not true.
Yeah, so
I'm
get
not,
out of here.
I'm not retired. I'm not building anything.
You're retired now?
I said I'm not retired. I'm not building anything.
Okay. Fine. Oh, all right. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, we're about an hour 15 in.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys had anything else you wanted to chat about.
I want to know what are your plans for your upgrades on your garages? You talked about it.
Okay.
What, 2.0?
Yeah.
No 2.0. That's it. No. I'm just-
Okay.
So
No,
Say
on the
this now.
roof, this one's not gonna come apart. On the roof of one of these, there's these slots here. That one just fell out. So they come with these little plugs, and that's just to make the roof a little cleaner.
yeah, cool.
Those
Oh, yeah.
come out,
Oh,
and they're
like that.
basically here's an example of the base. The base has those same slots.
Okay.
The walls have pegs that go into that slot. So that's how it's held together without any glue or anything. It's just
Yeah.
gravity is holding it together.
Yeah.
And so what will eventually happen is those 4 slots, if I can see
Yeah.
around this
See
building,
them.
will
Yeah.
have basically this is an exaggeration, but because it won't be another garage on the second story, but it'll basically sit the
I
second
see.
story right on top.
Yes. So you can have like a double modern pit building going on.
Yeah, and so there'll be like and I already have them.
Story.
Everything's just
Take cover.
Parts flying everywhere.
Yeah, I think
Um,
I'm really looking forward to what. I think the real thing that sets this apart is all the electronics and the componentry you put behind this. It's not just a building; it's all the working parts that run it that makes it really stand out. So I can't wait to see what you do with the VIP suite. So you got to bring it now. I'm
And
just
the
saying.
neon
well,
sign as well. Come
I
on.
want working
okay.
little miniatures Lockhart track up
Kodaks.
there. I want lights.
Okay, Joe. Let's go
And
back to
one
your
night,
suggestions.
like
They're
little
much easier to
green
accomplish
zones
than
as
these.
well.
So I already have the
Flashbang.
VIP.
I want a disco
VIP.
ball.
Drive through on the edge.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
jeez.
want dancing
Yeah.
figures. Hey man,
Drive through
you gotta
window.
bring it.
Ah, you know.
Unfortunately, it's
to-
much simpler than that. It's all designed and ready to go. I just gotta.
I want an
get some more
LED screen on the back wall.
Let
Like
the
they're
man
having
talk.
those suites.
That's-
No,
well, actually-
you always get to say what you want. I'm saying what I want. Pete's like, I've had enough. This is
Speaking
over.
of married couples,
Yeah. Well,
No,
don't-
Pete was saying that he already has the base of the design.
yeah, the VIP and the control tower, those are already designed. It's basically just a different window set on the same walls, and so it makes that front the front billboard section basically makes a railing for a porch with a door on it, and there'll be lights in it. It's the second story and third story. You can go up as high as you want it, but it is
modular buildings.
yeah, it's very simple design. Just pop it on, and then the lights plug into that extra plug on the electronics board. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. In the next month or two, I'll probably be done testing that and making sure it actually works, and then I'll launch that. And then some wild and crazy ideas I've had is to make an actual, because right now there's 4 buttons on the remote. Yeah, I've got one here. There's 4 buttons on the remote. A is open the garage and the lights turn on. B is close the garage and the lights turn off. And then C and D are used to control that other plug, that empty plug. So you could hook up your own track lights to that. And yeah, it could be anything that you already have that runs off 5-volt power could be plugged into that thing. But what I want to do is make a whole separate, basically like a Marshall tower that has all the electronics built in. It's just the lights. So not moving, no moving parts on them. But then you could have all your track lights hooked up to this same remote that when you pressed C, all of your lights would turn on.
nice.
So that's the next step, and it would basically be that electronics box hidden in a Marshall tower or or
Somewhere.
something. Yeah.
Sounds
Awesome.
cool,
That's
man.
that's the next step, and then I've had some crazy ideas for some LED screens and that sort of thing, but that might be beyond my
No.
that might be beyond my
It
capabilities. But
No.
Come on.
I'll get you to do it.
yeah.
Can we just a question for the garages? Are they paintable? Does paint stick well to
Well,
this
yeah.
stuff?
So initially they were not, but we redesigned so the windows pop out now. because there's no glue needed. So you pop those windows out. You could prime those walls with spray primer and then paint them whatever color you wanted. You can do the same thing with the window frames. Here in about a week or two, I've got some new colors coming of filament, so I'll be offering different color options for the trim and the door track and that sort of thing. The walls are always going to be gray. The roof and the bottom is always going to be black. You can paint those if you want. Probably not the roof, but yeah, you can absolutely paint it if you wanted to. The roof, I wouldn't because there's a lot of moving parts and electronics on there. But
Yeah, there's that.
Well, that's on the inside. The outer surface you could prime and paint.
yeah,
On the
yeah,
roof,
and I would say I wouldn't recommend it, but once it's yours, so you do whatever you want to it.
I wash my hands off of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It worked.
No returns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like that's what I don't think people might not understand. Your process of building the garages, all the electronics are built already for you. Everything's already installed.
Yeah.
It's literally plugging in a couple of wires and putting in 8 screws.
Yeah, so all of it is
Yeah.
housed in there, in that box.
Watch
So
me
that's
in the morning.
and then the lights and the motor, they're all plugged in, ready to go. So right down, come on, light. Right down there, you can kind of see a USB plug right there.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. So you got to plug in your USB cable.
You have to supply your own USB
USB-C.
cable. Yeah.
Yeah, because we debated about including it, but I decided not to because most people have a spare phone charger around, and then that allows you to have a 15-foot USB cable or a 2-foot USB cable, depending on what you need. So
Yeah.
that just goes down through the floor of the garage and then plugs into your surge protector or whatever, and then that remote, it works.
Right
Nice.
So yeah, there's 8 screws on the walls and like 12 screws to get the tracks on it, but super easy. I mean, even when I was writing the instructions and taking the photos for the instruction manual, I still did it in less than an hour.
Yeah.
So without having to think through about what I just did and type it out and then get a picture for it and then include that in the thing, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it's just
Well,
screws,
mate.
no glue.
as soon as I receive my copy, I'll put that to the test.
Well, for you, we have to give you a buffer.
Yeah.
Always.
However long it takes Joe, we probably cut that time in half, and that'll put on this just in time.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think we've had a great chat this morning.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys
All right.
coming on. Pete, thanks for spending your afternoon with us.
Yeah, it's cool,
appreciate it.
man.
That was a pleasant surprise. I appreciate it. And
It's been fun. Thank you.
you two up there in Toronto.
Getting out of painting.
Don't get too crazy tonight celebrating. Happy birthday, Raul. A little early. Yeah.
No
Thanks, everybody, for
promises
coming.
given.
All right, guys.
I'll see you
Make
at
sure Raul, or make
I'll
sure
see-
Joe stays up past at 9:30, and then
I'll
Mission
see you at
accomplished.
2:30 a.m. Pete.
If I get my
I'll
nap,
see you
I'm
at
down.
2:30 a.m. Okay.
You're not going to stay out. Go to bed.
Well, I'll be up. I'll be coming
What are
back.
you
From
doing? Well, hang on. 2:30 a.m. What are you doing back home? You should be out.
No,
No,
unfortunately, in Toronto, 2:30 a.m. everything shuts down.
There's that.
What, you get no like clubs till 7 a.m. or anything?
No.
You got to
2:30
emigrate.
a.m.
I think.
Yeah.
We're going to a
Well,
restaurant.
oh,
If
Right.
there was
We're
gonna
if those
stuff our
clubs
faces
till
with food.
7 a.m., I would be there. Don't worry.
There's clubs till 7 a.m. I would have died a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. Pete. I'm gonna be doing
Yeah.
crack fans.
Just raging, run around yelling track.
Have it.
All right. All right,
I appreciate
boys.
everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Tune
Thank
into
you,
Pete's
everybody.
Sunday show tomorrow or tonight if you're in this half of the world. Yeah, happy
Cheers,
birthday,
man.
Rule. Thanks everybody. We'll
Yeah.
we'll see you next
Ciao,
time.
ciao.
Bye.
Take care.